Hi guys, it's Sharon from Ponderosa Garden Adventures, and I'm outside today and I'm going to be doing our end of season, end of September back garden tour. So let me show you what we've got going on. All right, here is the full view of the garden for the end of September garden tour. They are cutting down trees near us, so this is going to be a tour with voiceover and music, but I wanted to get this shot and explain it to you. So there we are, and I'm going to start with the roses today. We'll come across this way. And start over here in Corsica. Here is Provence. We have new growth coming in on our giant Marconi, so that's exciting. Potato bush, hibiscus, plum tree. We have Corfu hanging in there. Mark has planted some brassicas along with the flowers. We'll just head straight down this way. So happy with the white Gora this season in this wine barrel. We've had a hard time getting things to grow really well in the wine barrels, and so this is definitely a keeper for me. In fact, I think I'll probably plant the other one up with white Gora as well. I'm going to give it another trim and cross my fingers that we'll get another flush before we get cooler weather at the end of November. The hibiscus needs to be trimmed. It is so happy in its life. It is more than halfway into the walkway. The perennial garden. My transplanted daisy, we had some water issues back here, and so it just did not survive. So I will be doing a fall revamp in this area. The potato bush. We will just go give you a quick look at Paradiso back here. There is Mark's new planter, another planter. We had some water issues, and so unfortunately our Jack Be Little pumpkin died, as well as our sugar baby watermelons there. But our black peppermint willow tree is doing great, so you got to take the wins with the losses. There we go. We are hoping during this fall season to get a start on our greenhouse. We've had some delays there, but I'm ever hopeful. All right, and here is our avocado. It's had such a hard life, but it's hanging in there. Our silver lining rose is coming back nicely. Our cantaloupe is hanging in there, but just not doing fantastic. And then over here, we have our sugar baby watermelon. Let's see if I can do this without going in there and get you a shot of the watermelon. There it is. All right. And we've got whitefly going on this hibiscus, and we've been battling it for the last month or so. And this has been a really healthy plant for us, so we're going to keep plugging away at it. We have not yet taken out this palm tree that we've talked about in several tours, and you can see the pepper tree here, which is huge. I really don't want to take this tree out. It provides us with so much shade, but the roots on this thing are starting to tear up the slab here, and I'm afraid it's going to head towards the fence. So it's something that we're starting to talk about. All right, through here we have Kilauea. This area, we had some things come up and we had to set aside our project here, but all the succulents are doing fine. The bougainvillea is very happy. The roses need a trim up on the top, and the grapevine is winding down. And this is a red rose here that needs a little more trimming, but it'll come back and be beautiful in about a month or so. All right. Here is our problem area. It has all of the droppings from the pepper tree, and we just need to do a little tidy here. Here is the pineapple grove. You can see Mark's pineapple doing really well in there. And then here is the archway. I was hoping we were going to have bougainvillea all the way across, but truthfully, I haven't been as diligent about training it up and over, so I'll work on that. So let me give you a long shot here. Our raspberry is doing very well. It's up and onto the fence, the trellis here, and so we need to do a little securing of that. The gardenia here just finished blooming. It was, well, you can see the blooms there, and this raspberry from last year did not make it. Again, we had some water issues. This end of season has really been, we've been plagued with irrigation issues. But both of the blueberries are doing great. You can see we have some new growth on the new one we planted, and our legacy blueberry here is doing just great. We actually have new growth on the grapevine. Here is the actual, let me see if I can, the sun here, get some shade you can see. There is the actual root, and the one, it's one grapevine for all of this here. So I definitely plan on pruning the grapevine like I did last year, because it just really responded well to that. We have one little coreopsis here that was from in Windsor, and I guess it dropped some seeds out here. I'm going to put some carrots probably in our raised bed here. Windsor still has yet to be planted. We've had some very strange weather this summer. We had excessive heat warnings, and then we had monsoonal moisture and rain, and it's just been a very strange season. So I'm gonna walk through here, but our privet is just absolutely loving its life, and it needs to be trimmed again. We're losing half our walkway here. So I'm gonna come through here. This hibiscus, also very happy, needs to be trimmed down. You can see, I can't see my screen very well in the sun. There's a blossom right there. It was blooming profusely just a couple weeks ago. There's some in the back there. And we have our salvia here. I think I'm going to plant maybe some lupin in here, cold flower method, and see what we get. This has always been a problem spot for me right here next to the Atlas rose. So we tried yarrow, and I've tried several different things to try to get them to take in here. So we're going to give it another shot. Here on the back side of Tuscany, we've got our hanging baskets. I trimmed down the irrigation that was in there, and they're much happier. They were getting way too much water. So And here's our citrus. Our lime tree has several limes on it. This first year we're really getting fruit on it, so I'm happy with that. Our rose just finished blooming. I just deadheaded it, but it'll come back and bloom again in another flush. Our lemon tree and our satsuma tangerine. Our plumeria is very happy, and there's the other hanging basket. I have the last of my English lavender that I had some little seedlings that were from Kumei here, and I popped them into that planter with the geranium, and they're hanging in there, and there are a few down here. I tried to transplant one in here, but it didn't take. Lavender's really funny like that. It really doesn't respond well to being transplanted. So we'll give it another go. All right, we have the stone pine here. And again, we got that heat warning, so I didn't want to plant the kale and the spinach in the midst of that. So our weather's supposed to be mild for the next 10 days or so, so I'm hoping to get some of that done this week. There we go. The apple tree has blossoms on it. Our green grapevine is doing well. It's right about my eye height. It's going to start slowing down. The weather changing and the days getting shorter. You can see we need to do some deadheading here. And this lavender, which I thought was dead, and I got ready to cut it off and pull it out, but it had some green, and so I said, well, we'll let it go, and so it's getting stronger. So we're gonna nurse this one, and hopefully it'll turn back into another vigorous plant like it was. A Russian sage that I trimmed back about a month or so ago is now reblooming, and it's a really bright spot in the fall time. I love the way it looks here behind the roses. And then we have our grapefruit tree. Need to do some fresh plantings, I think, in all of our urns. Our Rose of Sharon here, Monterey variety, is just starting to come into its own. It's really branching out, and we should see some nice, pretty purple blooms on that. And then we have the blue chiffon here. Looks like I need to put some more dirt around the roots at the top there. This poor thing is really hanging in there. Another one that I thought had died, and it's just like, no, give me a chance. So I'm hoping to get that planted in the ground this fall. And here we are back over here at the entrance to Kilauea. And the plum tree, we only had two, did I say plum? Pear tree. We only had 2 pears on here this year, and that's these 2 little ones here. So I'm hoping this was kind of its sleep year, so I'm hoping next year is going to be the leap year, and maybe we'll get a good crop of pears. They taste really good. All right, back this way, the urns. I think it was the water issue that really did in my eucalyptus, the silver dollar eucalyptus. But I'm planning to use those for some of my fall decor, so I just haven't taken them out of the urns yet. So I will do that when I'm ready to use them, and then I'll plant them up for fall. All 3 of them. It started with the one at the top, and then slowly the other 2 went out as well. This is our piñata rose, climbing rose, and I have an idea for this where I want it to go, but I have to clear the area out, and it takes a little work, so hopefully we'll do that soon. This superstar is one vinca plant, and this has been here about 3 years, so we'll let it bloom a little more, and then I'll trim it down. Charlene here needs a little bit of care. You can see with all of the heat that we had, she got a little scorched. So We need to do some pruning and take her down, give her a little neem to take care of any pests that are hanging around. And we still have not gotten this hooked up to drip, so that's another thing that's on our fall to-do list. Back over here at Provence, we've got our little ollies, olive trees. Looks like they need some water, but they're doing well. I think I might bump them up into the next size container, but we'll see. I'm still on the fence on that one. Noisy crows. And then here is Provence. We cleared out some things. Bunny came through and absolutely cleared off all of the broccoli shoots that were on here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these out, and then I'm on the fence on my peppers, whether I'm going to trim those down and winter them over or whether I'm going to pull those out. So the cherry tomato, the sweet 100, is doing fine, needs a little trimming. The pepper, maybe I can get it here. There we go. There is a pepper on here. And so we'll see what we get. And again, this Anaheim, there is new growth on here. So again, I'm on the fence. We'll see how I'm feeling when it's time to come out here and pull the rest. We've had problems with mushrooms in here. I am allergic to mushrooms, so I can't even pull them out. Mark does that for me, but that's why I took the cover off of Provence, hoping that a little solarization would help clear up our mushroom issue. But I'm excited to get some lettuce and some kale and some arugula and all the good fall plants in here. So that's it. We've had, again, kind of strange weather, but this is where we are after unpredictable weather season. But all in all, not bad. We still have plenty of color and green in the garden, so I'm very happy with that. And I'm excited to get some fall color in here and get some other things planted for the slower season. Well, thanks for joining me here today on our backyard end of season garden tour. Just wanted to show you what the yard looks like at the end of September, the end of the summer season. Some things are looking great still and some things are looking pretty tired. And as the garden winds down, we will be doing fall planting, so look forward for videos on that. I've got some projects I want to do, and definitely we are gonna garden this fall. So we hope you'll come back and join us for that. Thanks again for joining us. We hope you will subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and we'll see you next time on Ponderosa Garden Adventures. Bye, guys.